보이는 아저씨.
Baik, teman-teman, sebentar lagi kita akan mulai ya, Coach Icik, 13.04 ya. Berapa menit lagi kita akan mulai. Bagi yang belum masuk, bisa diinfo kawan-kawan, terutama teman-teman mahasiswa yang sedang menyusun proposal atau menunggu jadwal ujian. Bu Nurul Farhana, Ibu Dr. Nurul Farhana dari UGM sudah
Recording in progress.
tengah kita semua. Selamat datang Bu Wuri Astuti. Ketua offering sudah ada di sini semua, B20.
Terus, usah pencet go it nah. Usah pencet nang.
Iya. Tinggal pikir.
Baik, bisa kita mulai, Ibu Nurul? Boleh ya? Oke, baik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Selamat siang, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua, teman-teman. Kelas metode penelitian, ya, tidak terasa kita sampai di pekan ke-15 atau 16 untuk UAS pada minggu ini. Ya, spesial pada sesi kali ini, kita akan mengadakan kelas kolaborasi dengan pemateri atau dosen tamu dari UTM, Ibu Dr. Nurul Farhana yang sudah ada di Zoom kita semua. Ya. Baik, saya sapa dulu. Selamat siang, Bu Nurul.
Selamat siang, Pak Yudit.
Oke, sudah hadir, sudah mulai tadi ini ya teman-teman ya, ditunggu. Baik, teman-teman Medpen khususnya B20, A20, dan C20 mohon untuk mengisi presensi dan ikut berpartisipasi aktif ya dalam kelas ini. Nanti kita akan bagi menjadi 2 sesi. Yang pertama, Ibu Nurul akan menyampaikan beberapa insight an introduction to education research ya, educational research. Nah, ini pas sekali untuk teman-teman yang sedang menyusun proposal skripsi, Bu Nurul. Jadi teman-teman ini sedang menyusun riset proposalnya, sehingga for the next semester mereka harus menyusun atau menyelesaikan final papernya, gitu. Oke, kemudian masih banyak itu kebingungan, confusing, kemudian belum percaya diri ya, lack of confidence gitu, tentang apakah judul saya ini bagus nggak ya, is good enough or not gitu. Jadi mungkin teman-teman nanti bisa kita kita interaksi sehingga kita bisa nanti saling tukar materi bagaimana sih di Malaysia itu penelitian-penelitian yang up to date itu seperti apa ya, khususnya di pendidikan atau early childhood education. Mungkin itu pembuka dari saya, Bu Nurul, ya, agar waktu kita lebih efisien dan efektif. Mungkin Ibu bisa kita mulai kelas kita siang hari ini. Terima kasih, Bu Nurul.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Yudit. Oke, Assalamualaikum dan selamat siang semuanya. Oke, saya Nurul Farhana, Jumaat daripada Sekolah Pendidikan Fakulti Sains Sosial dan Kemanusiaan UTM. Pertama sekali saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada para dosen daripada Universitas Negeri Malang yang sudi menjemput saya ke sesi pada kali ini. Okay. Saya mohon izin untuk sharekan skrin saya punya slide-nya.
Silakan.
Okey, nampak ya?
Oke, sudah nampak di saya.
Okey, alright. Okey, izinkan saya kerana nota ini adalah dalam bahasa Inggeris, tetapi jika ada yang kurang jelas boleh nyatakan soalan di chat box atau terus bertanyakan nanti ya pada sesi soal jawab. Okey. Okey Pak Yudit ya, boleh ya?
Okey, sure Bu.
Okey. Alright, okey. Jadi topik pada kali ini, today's topic is about research and practice in early childhood education. It's basically on the basic part when you are trying to conduct a research. This is a very basic part as a starter, as the beginner, as a novice researcher. Okay, so I will try to explain in a more relaxed, informal way and try to discuss with you about your potential topics after this, yeah? Okay, right. As I've mentioned, I'm from School of Education, Faculty of Social Science and Humanities, UTM. I'm from the Department of Education and Science, Mathematics, and also Multimedia Creative. Okay, this is the outline of my presentation. Okay, basically, I will discuss about the process of conducting the research itself. First, we will discuss about definition of research. If you want to be a researcher, you need to know the definition behind the word research, what research is all about, and its importance, why we conduct research. Okay, so that's the first topic for today. Next, we will go to the 6 steps in the process of research. The main 6 steps in the process of research. Since Pak Yudit said that most of you are in the midst of preparing your research proposal. So understanding the steps in the process of research is very, very important. Okay. So next, we will discuss about the characteristic of quantitative and qualitative research in early childhood education. Okay. The second last topic is about the importance of ethical issues in conducting research in early childhood educations. We must bound with the regulations from our government. It's all about the ethical issues that we need to cater while conducting a research. And then finally, we will discuss about the skills needed to design and conduct research in early childhood education. Okay, so let me move forward to the next slide. So this is our first subtopic about the definition of research. Definisi kajian itu sendiri. Apakah makna kajian? Mengapa kita melakukan kajian? Okay. According to Creswell, I believe all of you have heard about Creswell. Creswell is one of the educational psychologists who produced a lot of books about educational research. Okay. According to him, research is a process of steps used to collect and analyze information to increase our understanding of certain topic or issue. It is a process. Kajian adalah satu proses yang berperingkat untuk mengumpul maklumat dan juga menganalisa maklumat. Kenapa? Kegunaannya adalah untuk menambahkan kefahaman kita tentang sesuatu topik ataupun isu. Okay, isu yang ingin kita kaji. Okay, according to Creswell, Creswell, dia menyebut, he state that there are 3 main steps in conducting research. In general, 3 main steps. First and foremost steps, it's about posing a question. Pose a question. Second step, collect data to answer the question. And final step, present an answer to the questions. So let me give you an example of this. In our everyday life, we always have problems, right? We are solving problems every day. Like for example, today, during your lunch hour, your problem is, I don't know what to eat during lunch. So you pose a questions in your mind, what to eat during lunch? What I want to eat during lunch? So then after that, you collect the data to answer the questions. You collect data from your own search. You go to Instagram or you go to Twitter, you go to Google, okay, search for ideas, what to eat for this lunch. Either you want to go to the cafeteria or you want to go to somewhere else to eat for lunch. And then you present an answer to that questions. After that, after you gather all the information, and maybe you ask your friends to get an idea. Okay, so you present an answer to the questions. And then after that, you decide, okay, I want to get a tom yum for my lunch. Okay, so that's kind of things. So we are solving problems in everyday life, not just what to eat in a day. Okay, what to wear, what color of hijab that I want to wear with my clothes. So that's part of solving a question, solving a problems, right? So when you start with that, that is the main steps of research too. Okay, my lecturer said that, my supervisors during my PhD study, he said that, okay, there is no need to conduct a research if you don't have problems, right? So you conduct a research because there is a problems. Okay, so first thing first, you must have this back in your mind. You are conducting research because there is a problems. Anda membuat kajian kerana ada masalah yang sedang dihadapi. Jika tiada masalah, tak perlu anda membuat kajian. Yeah? So that's the main idea. Although there are more steps in conducting research, but this is the 3 most important steps, the core elements in conducting a research. Right? Okay, I hope you understand about that. So importance of research. Okay, kepentingan menjalankan sesuatu kajian. Okay, why it is so important to conduct a research? Okay, first, research adds to our knowledge. Okay, educators undertake research to contribute to existing information about issues. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, educators, teachers, okay, kalau di sini kita panggil cikgu, guru ya, educators. Educators strive for continual improvement. Okay, we always want our students to strive for success, to be excellent in their study, right? And to improve, they need to address certain issues and search for potential solutions. Okay, So educators who undertake research contribute to existing information. Those who conduct research and get findings from their research, the finding add value to the existing body of knowledge. Okay, so for example, I give you an example so that you will get an idea. A study that conduct a research about preschool children development of social skill, kemahiran sosial. If past research has not ever examined this topic, then your study might add gap to the existing body of knowledge. Okay, another example. If you are exploring about how American children, preschool children develop their social skills, your studies might replicate the existing study, but you test it out to the local context, to Indonesian children. And this may result differently. This may also add value to the existing body of knowledge. Okay, past researchers conduct research in their country, but then you replicate it, you test it out to the local context. So the findings from your research in the local context will add value, will add information to the existing knowledge. Okay, hope you understand about this. Okay, and then what else? When you examine students' children development or children's social skills through play, okay, not through formal educational setting, this might also add value to the existing knowledge. Okay, and to add further, you want to test it out how students develop their social skills through play in the local context. So you fill in the gap, since no one else have improved it to the body of knowledge about that. Okay, so the importance of research is it adds value to the existing knowledge, to what we know, to something new. Okay, new information that we gain from the research. Okay, so next is research improves practice. Research suggests improvement from practice. For practice, what does it mean? So findings from your research might improve the existing practice. Okay, so for example, I give you an example. Yeah, a research about mothers' nutritional education and knowledge on children's nutritional status might add information to mothers out there about the benefit of having knowledge about nutritional foods. Okay, so that is one of the examples of how research suggests for improvement for practice. Mom who knows best about nutritional foods might add value to the existing practice. They know what's the best food for their kids, right? Okay, so the third point is research informs policy debate. We can't argue that findings from the research might also provide information to our policymakers. Who are the policymakers in the sense? It can be a government officials from the Ministry of Education. It can be the board of directors of your school. It can be the administration of the university. Okay, so from our finding, it might give something to the policymakers, and policymakers think about it and they might do something about it. Okay, so that is the importance of the research. Basically, that is the main idea, but how and why we conduct the research. So let's have a look at the 6 steps in the process of research. Okay, we already understand about definition of research. Again, research is about the process of steps of collecting and analyzing data to tackle certain issue. And we also know about the 3 main steps about research and the importance of research. Next, we might go further about the 6 steps, one by one steps on how to conduct a research in early childhood education. First and foremost, please identify a research problems. Again, if you don't have a problems, so there is no need or no use of conducting a research. So identifying a problems is a very, very huge deal. Okay, you cannot create your own problems. It must be from the justification from the existing literature. Maybe you have the experience. Maybe you think that, okay, I have the experience of this kind of problems. Can I write it in my proposal? Yes, you can, but it must be supported from other research as well. Okay, your own experience is not enough, even though you experience it for a long time, even though you experience it to your own children. Okay, it must be supported with the other research. Okay, second step is reviewing the literature. Third step is specifying the purpose of the research. Fourth step is collecting data, mengumpul data ataupun mengumpul maklumat. Fifth step is analyzing and interpreting the data, menganalisis dan menginterpretasi maklumat. And final step is reporting and evaluating the research. So when you write your report, final research report. Okay, let's move further one by one. Okay. Okay, how's everyone doing? Is everything okay?
Okay, Bu, go ahead, Bu.
Okay, right. Okay, so we go one by one, yeah. Okay, identifying a research problem. Okay, mengenal pasti masalah kajian, mengenal pasti isu kajian yang ingin dikaji. Okay, so first specifying the issue to study, developing a justification of studying it, suggesting the importance or the need to study it. Okay, I give you an example. I provide an example here, yeah. Consider the following problem. First problem, parent-teacher communications. I believe all of you have read about it. This is an on-demand, in-demand issues in early childhood education about parent-teacher communication. So please be specific about the issue to study. If you pick this issue, then please be specific. What are you trying to search actually? What is the main issue about parent-teacher education? And then developing a justification of studying it. And then you read a lot from the literature. You justify. Okay, nyatakan mengapa kamu hendak melakukan kajian ini. Mengapa topik ini penting. Mengapa banyak kajian-kajian lepas membuat kajian mengenai parent-teacher communication. Komunikasi antara ibu bapa dan guru. Okay, another problems, okay, trends and challenges of digital technologies in early childhood education. Okay, we cannot deny this is an in-demand topic as well, trends and challenges of digital technologies in early childhood educations. Once you be specific on the issue, about this issue, and then you get a literature review to justify the problem. You read a lot of past research to justify, okay, this is a real problem. I'm not the one who make this up. This is not from my own judgment. Okay, other researchers also say that there is an issue when we give children tablet, gadgets, and whatsoever. And then after that, when you identify this issue, you also suggest the importance of studying it. Why we need to tackle this issue. Why we need to provide a solution for this issue. You know, when children use gadgets, when the parents did not monitor their usage of using the gadgets, then what happened to the children? It will affect their mental development. Yeah. Okay. So that's the idea behind it. Okay, identify the research problems is very, very important. That's the first thing. Even if you go through, if in Malaysia we have a viva, the presentation sessions, the evaluator, lecturer will ask them, okay, first thing first, why do you want to conduct the research? That's the popular questions. What's the issue that you want to tackle? So that's the first thing that they will ask you. So you need to be very, very specific about this, yeah? Okay, second step is about reviewing the literature. I cannot deny, okay, when I first start my PhD, my supervisor said to me that, Farhana, I cannot help you when it comes to reading. You need to read, and read. You need to read a lot of what kind of materials that you need to read. Of course, article journals. You must read from books, index publication from Scopus and Web of Science, from Google Scholar. Any other materials that you have, resources that you have around you need to read. So what you want to read? Read about this topic of your interest. When you already be specific about the certain topics, then you need to read. Read the article journals to support your argument, to justify about the problems that you want to tackle. Okay? And then choosing the literature to include in your review. Okay, first thing first, in your university, in our university, for example, we have a library and we have online databases. So we urge the students to know about the searching skills technique, how to search for articles in online databases. It's free because our university subscribe the journals. Do you know that in 1 year, the subscription fee is expensive? One one database, for example, Scopus, we subscribe about 1 million ringgit for a year. Just imagine, if you do not use it, then it's very, very, I don't know how to say, okay? So when the university subscribe it, please use it. Okay, so you need to have the skills to search for information, to search for articles in the online database from your library. Ask the librarians, ask your seniors on how to search for article journal. Then you also need to have the knowledge about synthesizing the literature and summarize the literature. Report from what you've read and put it in the chapter 2. In the literature review chapter. Okay. You know, the information searching skills is very, very important. So that's the key word for second step. Okay, information searching skills. Please ask around, please ask your lecturer, or please ask your friends, your senior, how to search articles in an online database, and how to search for a correct articles using a correct keywords. Okay, third step, specifying a purpose for research. Once you have read a lot, once you be specific on your research problems, please be specific on the objective of your research. Okay. So if your research covers broad topic, you need to narrow it down and be specific. So for example, you want to search for scaffolding strategies for preschool children. What type of scaffolding that you want to use? We have a lot of types of scaffoldings out there. So what kind of scaffolding? Please be specific. Is it procedural scaffolding, conceptual, metacognitive, or other type of scaffolding? So please be specific on that. Okay. And if you focus on metacognitive, please justify your selection. Why do you think that metacognitive scaffolding is best to help the students, to help the children? Okay, you need to support it with the readings that you go through from the literature review part. Yeah. Okay, identify major intent or objective of the study, of course, narrowing it into specific research questions and also hypotheses. Okay, now when you are done with the research objective, and then you prepare a research questions, then research hypothesis, and draft your purpose statement. Purpose statement is a summary from the problems that you have gathered previously. It's based from your own statement. You summarize everything. Just one page is enough for purpose statements. It's to highlight the variable untuk kita fokus kepada pemboleh ubah yang akan digunakan, variables ya, independent and dependent variables. This one is for quantitative research. Okay. And then collecting the data, pengumpulan data, pengumpulan maklumat. When we are done with the research objective, we are done with the literature review part, we are done with the research questions, then it is time for you to collect the data. Okay, collect data from whom? From the individuals under your study. Okay, identify the specific group of respondents that you want to study. Don't choose other kind of respondents that is not helping you in collecting data for your study. For example, you want to test about social skills development among special needs students. So please be specific, collect data from special needs students, berkeperluan khas ataupun pendidikan khas in Malaysia, you say that. Okay, not collect data from those who are normal children. So it will not help you in figuring out to get the findings from your study, because the respondent is from different group of respondents. You need to get an exact group of respondents under your study. If they are special needs students, then collect data from special needs students. Okay, obtain permission, dapatkan permisi ataupun persetujuan. Okay, I'm not sure is it permisi, I'm not sure about the word, but dapatkan permission, persetujuan daripada from the organisation. Okay, for example, if you want to go to certain kindergarten, get a permission from the owner of the kindergarten, kind of thing. Okay, gathering data by asking questions or observing their behavior. So then you collect data, asking them questions. If you prepare a questionnaire, then give the questionnaire to the respondents and collect your questionnaires back. Okay, and then get a permission from them too. You cannot force, kita tak boleh memaksa responden kita untuk menjawab soalan ataupun menjawab survey yang kita sediakan. Pastikan mereka merasa okay, dia volunteer. Make sure they volunteer to give the answers, to be a respondents. You cannot force them. Okay. If you do a qualitative data, then that is when you observe their behavior, you do the checklist. If you do qualitative, maybe you want to interview them. So this is where you collect all the data. Okay, then right method and procedure of collecting a data. To collect data, there are certain procedure, right? First, prepare the instruments. If you want to do a qualitative research, prepare the interview questions. Like interview questions, we have few structured, semi-structured, open-ended questions. What kind of questions that you want to ask to the respondents, you prepare it. Okay, and then that's when you get the permission and collect data from the respondents. So it's a step-by-step process. You must follow the procedure one by one. So that is an ethical way to conduct the research. You cannot just, okay, I want to collect data at kindergarten today, and I just want to go to kindergarten without getting the permissions from the owner. No, you cannot do that. Okay. Okay. Second last step is analyzing and interpreting the data. Once you collect the data, and then you analyze the data. Okay, if you do quantitative research, then you might use certain software like SPSS. Okay, the famous one, the famous statistical software that you use to collect quantitative or numerical data. So that's how you do it. If you conduct an interview, what kind of analysis that you want to do? Is it in a form of thematic analysis? Okay, so please be, please make sure and be sure that you are using a correct software to analyze the data. After you analyze, then you interpret the data. interpret the findings, draw conclusions from the data, what you found. If you are doing a research about analyzing students' cognitive or social skills, then you need to draw conclusions from your data. What's the thing that you found? Okay, is their social skills improve after certain treatment or not? Something like that. Okay, to analyze, to interpret the data, you can represent it in a form of table, dalam bentuk jadual, dalam bentuk gambar rajah ataupun dalam bentuk gambar. Okay, selalunya, usually we will present our data in a form of table. Okay, with the numerical statistics data, right? And finally, summarize and reporting the data. Reporting the research is structuring the report according to format. I believe in you have your own format, so please follow the format, including the references format. Okay, in UTM, we are using APA 7th edition. And I'm not sure about your university, what is the referencing format that you follow? You must follow that referencing format. Do not change it to other format. Okay, because academic writing is very, very stern. You need to follow everything that is being provided by the university. Why we do that? Why the university asks you to follow the format, to follow this template, to follow the references, referencing style? It is to discipline you about how to conduct an academic research. Okay. Organize accordingly by following university's thesis writing guideline. Right? Okay, so let's move to the other subtopic, which is the characteristic of quantitative research. I did not mention about mixed method research in this session. Maybe after this, if I got the chance, because I will discuss about quantitative research and also qualitative research, okay, in general, right? Okay, quantitative research. What do you know about quantitative research? Kajian kuantitatif. The word quantitative comes from the word quantity. So in a form of number. Okay, dalam bentuk nombor. Kajian, dapatan kajiannya dalam bentuk nombor, numerical data. Datanya dalam bentuk nombor, ya. So quantitative research. Let's get to know about the major characteristic of quantitative research. Okay. Major characteristic of quantitative research, kajian jenis kuantitatif yang berkaitan nombor ini. Pertamanya, describe research problem through description of trend or need for an explanation of the relationship between variables. Okay, for quantitative research, we have variables, pemboleh ubah dalam bahasa Melayu, or variables in English. We have dependent variables and independent variables, right? So the major characteristic of this kind of research, quantitative, is that thing. We have variables, pemboleh ubah. Okay, and then literature review. The use of literature review is to justify your research problems, untuk menguatkan lagi sebab mengapa kita ingin menjalankan sesebuah kajian. Okay, karakteristik nombor 3, creating purpose statement, research questions, hypotheses that are specific, narrow and measurable. So for quantitative research, our research objective is, the word would be to identify, to examine, to assess, to determine. So that's the words that we use. That's the verb that we use for research objective for quantitative research. Unlike qualitative research, tidak seperti kajian kualitatif, verb ataupun ayat yang digunakan untuk menulis objektif kajian itu sedikit berlainan. Selalunya penggunaan ayat seperti to explore, to understand, to describe, that's the verb. Itu adalah ayat yang selalu digunakan bagi objektif kajian berbentuk kualitatif. Okay, Okay, next, collect data through sets of questions. Okay, usually for quantitative, we distribute the questionnaire to the students, right? We give them close-ended questions. They will need to tick whether they strongly disagree, neutral, or strongly agree. We have Likert scale, 5-point, 4-point Likert scale, skala Likert, kan? Okay. So next, analyze data using statistical analysis, okay? Using statistics, okay? Finally, writing a research report using standard and fixed structure. Okay. So let's do some activity to stretch our mind in this lovely evening. Okay. Okay, I would like you, so let me just stop this sharing. I would like you to go to www.menti.com. Okay.
www.menti.com.
Yeah.
Ya.
www.menti.com. Okay.
Ya teman-teman, silakan.
Silakan ke menti.com.
www.menti.com.
Okay, boleh? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me share the screen now.
Silakan teman-teman. Boleh ya dipakai HP bisa.
Ya, boleh. Boleh pakai HP.
Multi device boleh. www.menti.com. Sudah saya tulis di kolom chat.
Ya. Terima kasih Pak Yudit. Okey, setelah ke menti.com, sila typekan ini ya. Kodnya 59103811. Lima sembilan satu kosong 3811. Saya ada tulis di chat box juga. Okey, boleh?
Silakan
Okey.
klik di kodenya itu ya teman-teman ya.
Ya. Okey, setelah kamu klik nombornya 59103811, okey, kamu boleh berikan contoh kepada saya. Contoh instruments or tools for qualitative research. Instrumen yang digunakan untuk menjalankan kajian jenis kualitatif. Boleh?
Silakan diisi teman-teman ya. Fill the blank.
Okey, ada seorang yang menjawab lembar observasi. Okey ya, observation sheets, right? Okey, observation worksheets. Okey. Lainnya, silakan. Wawancara yang interview, foto. Ya, bagus. Dokumen. Ya, bagus semua jawapannya. Ramai yang menjawab wawancara.
Yang belum mengisi, silakan.
Okay. Kalau ini, ayat yang paling besar ini maksudnya ramai yang menjawab wawancara. So ramai di antara kamu semua yang menjawab wawancara. Okey.
Banyak yang menulis wawancara begitu ya.
Ya, betul Pak Yudit.
Okay.
Ya. Pak Yudit, angket itu apa ya?
Angket just like a instrument, questionnaire.
Questionnaire.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sama dengan questionnaire ya?
Ya, sama Ibu, with the open question.
Ya, open-ended questionnaire. Okay. Rakaman suara, bagus jawapannya. Audio atau video, okay. Audio video recorders. Okay. Nampaknya ramai yang sudah tahu ni Pak Yudit.
Good. Nah.
Boleh dapat A semua ni.
Amin.
Okay, bagus. Dokumentasi, ramai juga yang menjawab dokumentasi. Observasi, ya betul. Okay. Okay, ada lagi.
I think a little bit different Bu, about the document and documentation. Itu mungkin nanti kita bisa.
Dokumen dan dokumentasi. Document and
Yes.
documentation. Okay.
Oke, silakan teman-teman.
Okay, kalau kita lihat dekat bawah ni maksudnya sudah ada 41 orang yang telah menjawab.
Oke, masih cukup banyak ya, silakan mengisi mentimenternya. The example of instrument or tools for qualitative research. Jadi untuk membuat penelitian kualitatif itu instrumen apa sih yang digunakan Anda? Gitu.
Ya, foto ya, betul. Okay. Okay, jadi saya rasa ramai yang menjawab wawancara ya. Interview. Kita ada pelbagai jenis interview kan. Semi-structured, structured. Kita ada juga focus group discussion, FGD. Informal observasi langsung, betul. Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, saya tutup dulu ya ini. Okay, kita teruskan. Boleh ya? Okay, kita teruskan. Tadi kita di mana? Di sini ya. Okay. Quantitative research. Kita teruskan ya. Ini salah satu contoh. Semua nampak kan paparan saya?
Nampak Ibu.
Okay, okay. Right. Okay, ini satu contoh. Ini diterbitkan baru saja. 2022. Okay, latest publication. I've taken this from International Journal of Childcare and Education Policy about parental anxiety and form of parenting during the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's a very interesting issue, right? So the authors is actually from Indonesia. Okay, so let's go to this one. Okay, below is the example of questionnaire. Okay, so to conduct this research, the authors use a questionnaire. They distribute these questionnaires to the parents about asking about their anxiety and form of parenting during COVID-19. So example of questions like, I feel anxious when imagining the future of my children. Okay, I can't control my feeling or worry about my children's future. You know what parents feel during that time? I'm worried about the many differences due to changes. I can rest in peace when imagining my children's future. So this kind of questions, the Likert scale is from 0 to 4. 0 is never and 4 to always. Okay. So let's have a look at the abstracts. Okay, the authors is actually from Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Muhammadiyah, University of Tasikmalaya, West Java, Indonesia, and also Sunan Kalijaga State Islamic University, Yogyakarta, Indonesia. So they managed to publish this in a reputable journal. Okay, so let's look at the abstract of the example of quantitative research. Okay, just now I asked you about the instruments for qualitative. So actually my mistake, I want to show about the quantitative research instrument, but it's okay. So we go back to the quantitative. Okay, let's look at the abstract. Yeah. First in the abstract is about the author state about the introductions, about the massive development of information technology based on big data, the internet. It has gotten an impact to the complex problems in parenting. Okay, So with that kind of situation, parents must be able to adapt a new and effective form of parenting. Okay, during COVID, there are a lot of people use the internet, Netflix, whatsoever. So it creates an anxiety among the parents. Okay, so what's the purpose of this study? To determine the level of parental anxiety. So they conduct a quantitative descriptive method. They distribute a questionnaire based on GAD 7 instrument. They did not develop a new questionnaire. They taken it from somewhere else. Dia menggunakan instruments yang sedia ada, yang sudah ada. Okay, so this is the findings of the study. So I just want to show you that this is how the quantitative research is all about. To, you know, the objective here, like I said earlier, the verb, penggunaan ayat yang digunakan adalah contohnya seperti to determine, to identify the level of blah blah blah, to assess, to evaluate the effectiveness of, so something like that. So that's how you write, okay, the quantitative research. Okay, this is one example. So let's try another Mentimeter but quantitative, yeah. Okay, let me stop sharing this one. Again, we go to www.menti.com.
Oke, teman-teman, masuk lagi ke menti.com.
Okay. And then sekejap ya, saya presentasi quantitative, instrument quantitative. Okay. Sekejap saya kongsikan. Menti.com, kodenya 322919.
322919. Silakan
Ya.
teman-teman masuk lagi ke menti.com 322919, klik submit.
Give example of instruments or tools for quantitative research.
Okay, for the previous one tadi kita sudah kualitatif, sekarang coba diisi. What kind of example of instruments, tools for the quantitative research?
Okay. Ya, kebanyakannya questionnaire angkat. Okay. Okay. Okay,
Masih
ada
yang
juga
menjawab wawancara.
ya.
Yes.
Wawancara itu salah ya.
Okay.
Wawancara itu boleh Pak Yudit, tetapi soalannya perlu close ended.
Oh yeah, yeah. What kind of example, Bu? For,
Example,
like a yes,
questionnaire
yes
like yes or no.
gitu ya? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Agree or not agree.
Yeah.
Tetapi ianya tidak selari dengan the intention of qualitative. Kerana kualitatif itu sifatnya seperti lebih menjurus ke arah understanding ya, untuk memahami dengan lebih mendalam tentang mungkin experience, pengalaman. Jadi bila ada close-ended questions itu, kalau kualitatif itu tidak berapa sesuai.
Be careful teman-teman ya, hati-hati apabila ini menggunakan kualitatif dan wawancaranya seperti Bu Nurul tadi sampaikan gitu ya, close end question ya, atau ya atau tidak itu ya, apakah Anda memberikan gadget ke anak-anak, jawabannya yes or no atau ya atau tidak, itu masih masuk kuantitatif ya, tapi itu kalau dikualitatifkan kurang baik ya gitu.
Okey, alright. Terima kasih semua yang menjawab. Okey, kita dapat lihat ada yang ramai yang menjawab kuesioner. Nah, ini sama ya maksudnya dengan kuesioner, Pak Yudi?
Ya, di kami angket dan kuesioner ada kemiripan Bu, little bit same ya, and I mean.
Okey, let me stop ya. Okey, pada yang belum menjawab boleh teruskan menjawab.
Okey.
Saya stop dan saya share semula skrin saya ya. Okey, kita lihat pula kepada karakteristik of qualitative research ya. Qualitative research dia lebih kepada exploring a problem, mengenal pasti masalah, okay, and developing a detailed understanding of certain problems. Okay, again the literature is the same to justify the research problem, and steps next for creating a qualitative research is to create a purpose statement. It's the same like the quantitative research procedure. The process is the same, okay, but the data collection tools is different. Okay, usually we use interview, wawancara, yeah, documents or photographs, something like that. Okay, and then we analyze the data coming from the transcript. You do the text analysis, thematic analysis, and you transcribe your interview. Kita transkripsi wawancara itu, kita interpretasikannya dalam bentuk pemahaman, dalam bentuk kefahaman yang lebih memberi makna, a larger meaning of findings. We try to interpret the data from the interview, and then we will conclude based from the transcript that we have. Next, final one is write a research report. Okay, so qualitative research is a bit different than quantitative research, because in terms of the writing structure, some of the universities, like in the UK, my friends said that they are writing the thesis as if they are writing a novel, narrative way of writing. Okay, qualitative research. In the UK, they like to do a qualitative research. Okay, so the way they write is like writing a novel. So it's very interesting for qualitative research. But unlike quantitative, it is more structured. We must follow the statistical way. We must interpret the data in the correct way. Okay, all right. So this is the example of qualitative research. Preschool teachers' awareness, attitudes and challenge towards inclusive early childhood education. This is also a recent research in 2020, a qualitative study. Okay, if you look at the abstract, in the abstract usually they write the introductions about this research, about a low level of inclusion rate in education in early childhood, even smaller when it comes to children with special needs. Okay. Moreover, the philosophy of inclusion and best practice for ensuring the success of inclusion education are not fully understood by preschool teachers. So the aim of the study, the purpose is to explore. This is the word, this is the verb that I said before. For qualitative, to explore, to describe, to explain, to understand. That's the verb that they use for their objective. Okay. It also tends to describe not only what they know, but also how they feel and believe. So qualitative research is more deeper. They want to know your feelings, they want to know your emotions, if you want to know their experience, okay, so you can do qualitative research. Okay. Another issue was also to find out what are the challenges teachers face and how they see the future of inclusive educations. So from this, we get an idea, okay, these authors or this researcher will interview the teacher. Okay, so how many of them? Only 10. 10 people, 10 respondents, 10 preschool teachers involved in the interview session using semi-structured in-depth interviews. So this is the result. So that's how you do the qualitative research. If you conduct case study, according to Yin has produced a lot of books about case study. The maximum number, according to his book, not from what I'm saying, according to his book in case study, four people for case study. Okay. All right. So let's move further. Okay. This is what I've taken from Creswell book about educational research. Maybe few of you have go through his book. This is the process, the research process. Start with a problem. If you don't have a problem, then there is no need for you to conduct a research. Search for the problems. The problems is for you to search for the problems. That is another problem. How to search for the problems from your reading, literature review. And then coming down to research questions, research objective, and so on. And then research, it's either quantitative or qualitative. But for research design, we have mixed method too. But I will not discuss about mixed method in the session. Okay, we have quanti, quali, mixed method. Mixed method is a combination of quantitative research and qualitative research. And then this one is already coming down to research methodology. We have the sampling, kan? Saya rasa kamu semua pernah belajar tentang teknik persampelan. We have random sampling, purposive sampling, kan? Convenient sampling. So there are a lot of sampling technique. The protocol and also the instruments that you will use. Analysis data and interpretation. Lastly, discussion, conclusion, limitations, and future research. The process is the same for any educational research. Not for scientific research, yeah? Scientific research for scientific field to learn. Okay. Is everyone okay? Still can follow me? Okay, biasalah petang-petang ni. Okay, the next important ethical issue in conducting research. Apakah etika ya? Etika dalam kita membuat kajian. Okay, these are the things. Okay, researchers need to be aware of and anticipate ethical issues in their research. First, you need to respect the audience, protecting their autonomy and ensuring a well-informed voluntary participations. Okay, you need to inform the participants that okay, you will be included as participants of my study. You need to explain to them, okay, the things that they will go through, whether they need to answer the interview questions, they need to answer the questionnaire whatsoever. Okay, the use of non-discriminatory discriminatory language. Please use a language that is nice, that did not hurt their feelings. Okay, maintaining anonymity of your participants. So please make sure that you don't reveal their name, their age to other persons. It's very, very private and confidential. Only you will know the detail. Gaining permission from authority. Okay, get the permission from the schools, from the universities, from whatever places that you want the respondents to be involved with. Okay, data should be reported honestly. Do not change or modify the data. Okay, first and foremost, do not misinterpret the data. Do not change the data. If we, for example, your finding is not up to your expectation and suddenly you change it, okay, you cannot do that. You need to be very honest. And I forget to include here, do not copy and paste information from other place. Okay, so please don't do that. Okay, it must be based from your own data, from your own research findings. Okay. We also have problems in UTM2, in any places, in any university. We have problems. Yeah.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. We have problems with what you call it. But you did
Plagiarism.
plagiarism. Yeah.
Yep.
They tend to copy from other theses.
Yes.
The scope of research when
It's
we
common.
read, yeah,
I think it's common problem in everywhere.
common
Other
problems, kan?
universities. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But we can check with the software like a
yeah,
Penelitian, Authenticate,
yeah,
etc.
yeah. So please make sure to paraphrase your words. Make sure
Sure.
your idea is original. Okay, I come across one thesis where when I search in the internet, it's being studied elsewhere. The same thing.
Oh,
For PhD especially. Yeah. It for masters then we can accept it, but for PhD it must be original, kan? Originality is very, very important. Okay. Okay, this is my questions to you. Okay, I'm not sure whether we can give an emoticon from Zoom, thumbs up or
yes. Everyone can give some emoji, just like me.
do you think the
Give
participants
some
thumbs up? Do you think
thumbs
if you
up,
feel that participant need to know the purpose and aims of the study?
everyone? Siapa yang mau bisa jawab ini silakan.
Tiada emoji ya Pak Yudit di
Ada
Zoom.
Ibu, ada the reaction will be put up the what is it? The left below the outro.
Left below.
Oke. Oke, silakan teman-teman.
Okay.
For your information, Bu Nurul,
Yeah.
there is a 3 classes it must attend to our classes. Research method class, around 90 participants. 90 participants, so they must have to make some proposal, right, either qualitative or quantitative approaches. And also I forget to give you some example. Pengembangan atau it means research and development approaches.
Oh, okay.
Most of Paud or anak-anak Paud UM itu membuat skripsinya dengan R&D, research and development.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
yes.
In what year they are now? Tahun ke berapa dah sekarang?
Tahun ke what is sixth semester?
Ya Pak Yudi?
Semester 6 Ibu ya.
Semester 6. Oh, tahun ketiga.
Tahun ketiga.
Okay. Okay. Saya tidak jumpa untuk letak emoji. Tapi bagaimana kalian mungkin boleh di chat agaknya.
Boleh di kolom chat teman-teman.
Ya.
Yeah. Do you think the participant need to know the purpose of aims of the study? Menurut Anda, apakah partisipan riset itu perlu tahu tujuan dari penelitian Anda?
Tujuan kajian.
Obviously, Laili.
Of course. Okay. Mungkin ada yang tak tahu ya. Mungkin yes, because if we don't, what the main point of research that we made? Yeah, betul. I think yes, true. Yeah. Yeah, so this is very important part. Okay, so when you want the respondent to be involved, jika kita mahu responden kajian itu untuk terlibat dalam kajian kita perlu inform ya, untuk kasih tahu tentang tujuan kajian yang akan dijalankan. Okay, supaya mereka akan aware. Okay, dan apa yang akan kita lakukan. Yeah, necessary, yes, true. Okay, so it is necessary. So if you want to distribute the questionnaire, make sure you have informed the respondents. Okay, you ask the students, a group of students in one classroom, for example, the purpose of the study. Okay, everyone, please be informed that you are the respondents of my study. The purpose of my study is I want to investigate about blah blah blah. So you need to inform them. They should be well informed. Okay, so the answer is yes. Okay, thank you who have responded. Okay, I think this one is the last part. Okay, skills needed to design and conduct research. Okay, skills. What are the skills? Kemahiran yang kita perlu ada. Okay, untuk menjalankan kajian. Solving puzzles. Researcher look at problems as puzzles to solve. So when we do a step-by-step research, it is as if we, solving puzzles bit by bit until it complete. Okay, lengthening your attention span. Okay, of course, if we want to do research, we cannot do a research in a short span of time. Can we conduct a research in just 1 week? No, we cannot write a thesis in 1 week, right? So it will test our patience and persistence. Okay, kesabaran kita, keyakinan kita. Selain itu, kepercayaan kita untuk diri sendiri untuk meneruskan kajian tersebut. Persistent, yang tidak mengenal lelah. Okay, for master's research maybe, if you do full research 2 years. Okay, thought course maybe 1 year. Okay, so you need to be be patient along the way. Okay, my supervisor said that writing research is like performing a hajj. Okay, so it's the process along the way. You learn something new, and at the end of the day, it will shed the light. Okay, learning to use library resources. Okay, I want to highlight it. Searching skills is very important. Even though there is a Google in front of you, but if you don't know how to write certain specific keywords, then you cannot find the right articles for your research. Okay, and then last part, writing, editing, and more writing. Write. Besides read, you need to write, and write. Okay, writing skills and communicating your thoughts. But do not afraid that writing it cannot happen overnight. Okay, you need to practice, you need to read, you get an idea and you practice writing. From time to time, you will get better. Okay, believe me. Okay, because this is a continuous process. Pembelajaran sepanjang hayat, lifelong learning, kan? Okay, yep. I think that's all from me, Pak Yudit. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Okay, thank you, Bu Nurul. So that's interesting topics. I think the students, ya, semua sekarang pada pusing ini Bu ya. Kalau bahasa Malaysia pusing itu apa Bu? A little bit confused,
Dizzy.
busy, stressful maybe. Because this is a last week for the final exam.
Oh, before the final exam.
Yes, for the final exam, they must submit their proposal. Before our department choose the right one, the best one, examiner or advisor for the skripsi or the final paper. Yes, okay. Oke, teman-teman, saya buka sesi tanya jawab ya. Nah, silakan diutarakan unek-uneknya. Ya, in bahasa boleh, pakai bahasa Inggris itu lebih bagus ya. Both of bisa, Bu Nurul ya. I think language is not barrier for us gitu ya. Terutama kelas-kelas dari Metodologi. Oke, Farah Adiba. Can you open the mic, please, or turn on your camera?
Okay. Hello, Mr. Yudit and Nurul. I'm Farah. Actually, I'm graduate from Paud, Malang University, and then now I'm study master in. I'm sorry, Mister. I can open the cam. It's okay.
Okay, fine.
Actually, I want to ask. At the old time, I think internet not like now gitu. Our challenge is how to get information, and then now we can get information is easy to get. So the next challenge is how to collecting the information. How to collecting the information so we can connect the information to be complete understanding. So my question is, how do we combine the piece of information into a complete understanding to create the great research? Thank you.
So, I just about the question, Bu Nurul.
Yeah.
Mungkin sekarang ini our challenges, a lot of information through the internet. So I think it's not problem, but a lot of information is misplaced. Maybe misconception. So there is student cannot focus on one topic or focus on one problem to the research. So what's your opinion or what's your tips for the student like that?
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you, Pak Yudit, and thank you, Farah, for the questions. Okay, I think I understand this question because when there is too much information around us, we cannot, like for example, we read a lot of articles, but we don't know what articles that we can use and which articles that we can actually, we can put this aside because it's not really related with our topic. Okay, my advice is go for journals that is well established, like We have,
Scopus.
Scopus, we have Web of Science, IEEE, SAGE, the publisher, the well-known publisher. Okay, so look for that first. Okay, I usually look for that articles from that particular journals first. Then I narrow it down. I usually search in an advanced search. So for example, in UTM, we restrict the what you call it, the resources years of publication, only 5 years back.
Oh,
We only include research that is most recent one, 5 years at least. So if now is 2023,
yes,
maybe 2019, 2018.
2019 or 18.
Yeah. Okay. Exclude the theory lah, theoretical part, the philosophers that is from the early age kan, 1970s, 1960, we can accept that. But for justification of problems, we limit it to only 5 years back to make sure our research is relevant. So that's how we scope it down. Yeah.
Okay, gimana, Farah?
Farah, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Right. So Farah, besides that, you also need to understand in academic research, we have primary and secondary source. So always go to primary source. Okay.
Dicatat teman-teman, ya, selalu menggunakan primary source. What is primary source, Bu Nurul?
Primary source itu seperti dapatan daripada artikel jurnal, bukannya daripada Wikipedia. We cannot get something from the Wikipedia.
Or from social media, ya.
Social media, Twitter, tak boleh.
Okay. Farah, anyone else? Anyone?
No, Mr.
Boleh. Di kolom chat juga boleh, ya. Ngobrol langsung juga boleh, ya.
Kalau malu boleh tulis di kolom chat.
Wida. Oke, Wida, silakan Wida.
Okay, thank you. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Vida Alvida. You can call me Vida. I'm from C20. I want to.
Okay.
Yes. In the research, there is 3 components. First is focus of the research. Second is problem of the research. And third is location of the research. If we already have our focus and problem of the research, but the focus and the problem of the research is already a lot of research that have the same title of that, what should we do? Something like about motor physics, language, emotional, social, art. It's already a lot of research that have same title. Yeah, like that. So what should we do? Do you have any advice? Thank you.
Okay. Alright, thank you. Widya ya tadi? Apa namanya tadi? Vida, okay. That's a good question. Okay, we must go back to our, if I were to answer that questions, if we really want to focus on the gap of the study, for master's research, we don't really focus on the gap of the study. Meaning that you said to me that, okay, there are a lot of research being conducted. Then I would like to replicate. Can I do it? For master's research, yes. But for PhD research, you must highlight the gap of the study. Or for master's research, especially top course. For top course, I'm not sure about the system in Indonesia, Pak Yudi. Bagaimana kalau di Indonesia?
I think it's same. It's almost the same. For the PhD research, we should have some create new theoretical, grounded theoretical, like Creswell said. Okay. But mostly in the for S1 program, diploma program, replication is okay.
Replication is okay. Yeah,
It's okay.
it based on the
It's
level
okay.
of your study.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I hope I answered that, Vida.
Okay, Vida.
Thank you.
Okay. Vida, after this, if you want to do S3, yeah, PhD, S3, right? Then you need to focus on gap of the research.
Vida from C20, I think masih S1 itu. So for the next level, is master degree.
Yeah.
Oke, yang lain teman-teman dari B20, A20 mungkin, ya, mungkin ada yang mau ngajak collab, make some collaboration research with the Nurul, ya. What kind of topic di Malaysia itu yang sedang happening gitu ya. Silakan teman-teman.
Yeah. Di Malaysia itu yang sedang happening special education.
Special education itu ya.
Yes.
Jadi special kind of special needs.
Yeah. Like autism, slow learners. And we try to integrate the tangible technological tools to assist them.
Oke, silakan teman-teman. Boleh di kolom chat juga boleh ditulis. Saya masih mencatat untuk C20, B20, dan A20 yang di kelas Pak Wayan. Baik, sambil menunggu. Okay, I want to ask something, Ibu. A little bit crucial things. A lot of our students choose the research and development approach for the final papers. But they don't have any, previous research or need analysis through the product. So, do you agree about that? I think a lot of students, I just make some product, I just make some model for early childhood education like this. I skip it of the qualitative or quantitative approach, but I have some product. So this is a characteristic of the Paud or Paud UM S1.
Yeah, for example, they develop a mobile app for children, right?
Yes.
So they just develop it without any need analysis. Yeah, okay. All right, okay. So my answer is that please read about instructional system design, ISD.
Yes.
Instructional system design is a guideline, a step-by-step process of how one can develop a product or learning environment to assist students in learning. For example, you can pick one model. The most famous model is ADDIE model, ADDIE. Analysis. So ADDIE is from the acronym. First phase is analysis. Second, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. So the first phase itself is the need analysis to analyze whom, to analyze the students who will use your product. Who are they? Why do you think that they need to use their product? Sometimes students dia tahu untuk mencipta mobile apps misalnya, kan? Tapi dia tidak patah balik, dia tidak fikir balik, okey, kenapa saya mencipta mobile app? Sebenarnya untuk bantu siapa ya? Misalnya mobile apps itu untuk anak-anak prasekolah, ya, anak usia dini. Tetapi kita kena faham, okey, apa masalah yang cuba kita selesaikan dengan apps ini? Adakah apps ini membantu mereka untuk mengenal pasti suku kata? How to spell words? Like that. Yeah. So my advice is please read about instructional system design. A model like ADDIE model really helps you to write about need analysis on how to design products according to learning approach, learning strategy, and even learning theory.
A student can read pick and carry theory, chem theory, and model, ADD, examples. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Bu, there is a question on the chat box from Salomita.
Okay.
Offering A6B 22. Okay. I'm a second semester student at the Malang State University. We use only one more effective method in our research, or is better to use a variety of method to make it more effective? Oh, okay, I get the point. So I think which one is more suitable, or qualitative or quantitative, or the mixed method from the Creswell theory approaches like that?
Okay. Okay, Samanita. So the answer is go back to your research objective. So look back at your research objective. It should be aligned, yeah. Your problem should be aligned with the research objective. So from your research objective, what is the best method to answer your research objective? For example, research objective number 1, you want to see the level of parental anxiety. So you use certain method to test that level of anxiety. You use questionnaire. So that is quantitative. If research number 2 is to understand the challenge of parents during COVID-19 pandemic, when the words understand, then maybe the best instrument to be used is to do an interview. So please always go back to the research objective. And from that research objective, then you identify the best method. So there's no answer about if you want to combine this method, is it the best? No. Go back to your objective.
Jadi kembali ke tujuan penelitian kamu apa, gitu ya? Come back to
tujuannya apa, objektif
ya,
apa?
mungkin objektifnya apa, gitu. Oke, ini saya masih tunggu teman-teman yang neten ini, karena nanti some of the best paper nanti bisa direview, karena Bu Nurul nanti teman-teman akan membantu kita untuk mereview some of the proposal, ya, proposal Anda apakah baik atau tidak untuk dijadikan skripsi. So make sure give the best title or best proposal for your final exam, research method exam. Mbak Farah Adipa lagi, Bu, boleh? Mbak Farah, silakan.
Ya, silakan.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Yudit. I want to ask again. It's actually related to research trend in Indonesia. Now in Indonesia, there are a lot of outdoor playground that are not managed by people in the field of early childhood educator, because everyone can learn from YouTube or anything platform. So I think it's good for children to get more stimulation, not only in school, but as early childhood educators, what we can contribute in the system design that fit what with our theories in school. Thank you.
Okay. You grab the answer, Bu Nurul?
Okay, from what I understand is that now we don't have a, things where the children did not involve in playing things around, not like in our time, right? We used to play at the playgrounds, we used to play with the sands. I think if it is in the school, I think in Malaysia, usually the government will have the syllabus where they will ask the children to be as active as they can during the school hours. But then we need to go back to the family back home. Usually when the children's after school hours, they go to home and then they will play gadgets.
Yes.
The parents will give them gadgets. That's the easiest way to control them. So my advice is maybe you can do a lot more research about how to not to train the parents. To first, we need to make an awareness programs to parents that this is not a good habit. It will affect children's speaking skills, their speech. You know, like in Malaysia, for example, we have these problems, especially during COVID-19 pandemic. Students delay in speak. You know, they don't know how to form simple words. Okay, so I think researchers or educators, especially researchers need to, you know, give an awareness to their parents, and we must work hand in hand with the ministry and provide something like hebahan, okay, from media massa, from TV especially, to to get the parents to know that if they did not monitor their children at home, then this will happen. It is happening actually in Malaysia, especially those who were from 2 to 4 years old during COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. They are all at home, right? So their parents give gadgets to them. Now we are experiencing those who are entering preschool, 6 years old and 7 years old. They cannot. Sometimes they cannot speak. Sometimes they have speech delay. Something like that.
Yes.
It's happening right now.
So I think parents have a same problem also in Indonesia. For me, especially, I have a kids. I think it's same problems. This pandemic generation. So if I, what is it? Give some, in quotes, punishment, I take the gadget. So there's a little bit a piece of quite piece of because they think the gadget or something like that is embedded with their life because the pandemic also.
Yeah, it happens to me too, but otherwise they will go through, even though they will go to TikTok nowadays. They will go to video, from one video to another. So we need to control them. Parents need to do something.
So the problem is parenting education, right?
Yeah.
The parent education. Okay. Anyone? Teman-teman, silakan. Ya. We still have around 20 minutes left. Okay. Abdiana. Hello, menurut Mr. Yudit, my name is Gloria. Oke, kalau bisa ini langsung ngomong langsung ya teman-teman ya, nggak usah di kolom chat. If you can open camera or open mic. I'm joined with Abdiana device. Okay, I have a question. When we do on collecting data, how do we can get the data that qualified and valid for our research? Okay,
Okay.
To collecting
All right.
data.
Thank you for the question, Gloria. Okay, so I forgot to mention about the validation and reliability of research instruments. It's under research instruments. When we conduct pilot study, that is when we conduct the validity and also the reliability test to our instruments, right? So yes, the answer is yes. You need to validate your instruments. We have a lot of validation types. We have the most famous one is expert validation. So for example, you have questionnaire, get an expert in the field of study to validate your questionnaire. Okay, so you give them the questionnaire, you give them the form. We have validation form where they need to check and they will give comments to your all items in your survey, and then they will sign the form to you. So that is the proof that your instrument have already been validated. Okay. So am I answering your questions? Is that what you are asking about the validation of the instruments, right?
Abdiana, ya. Saya rasa ini ada di mata kuliah Bu Rosi ya, Abdiana, di mata kuliah statistik ya.
Yeah.
Validation, reliability test with the
Yeah,
SPSS. I think with the other software, statistic software is you can do with that.
Yeah.
So if you have data with numbers, so you must do the research with the quantitative, just like Bu Nurul sampaikan tadi ya. Okay.
Kalaupun ada wawancara, kalau soalan wawancaranya juga perlu divalidasikan.
Wawancara validasi itu seperti apa Ibu?
Dapatkan mungkin daripada pakar untuk menyemak soalan-soalan yang diberikan.
Okay. So please note teman-teman ya, wawancara juga perlu divalidasi. Artinya teman-teman tidak asal menulis wawancara, ya. Harus divalidasi oleh ahli, ya, oleh dosen, mungkin dengan advisor mungkin Bu ya, pembimbing.
Ya, tapi kalau di UTM kami tidak advise di pembimbing untuk validasi validate the instrument. Kami akan minta untuk daripada yang lain supaya tidak bias.
The other lectures, I mean.
Ya.
Itu teman-teman ya. Baik, silakan. Masih ada beberapa waktu lagi, teman-teman. Mungkin bisa di sini di-sharingkan judul proposalnya, boleh.
Ya.
Briefly aja, sekilas saja gitu. Sahria Fadila, please go ahead. Silakan Sahria.
Okay, thank you. I want to ask, if you make product on R&D research, at the time of research, you already know the environmental needs. But in reality, if the product has been made out, turns out that it is no use, what do I have to do?
Bisa diulang yang terakhir, kalimat terakhir, sorry.
Okay, if the product has been made, it turns out that it not used, what do I have to do? Thank you.
Okay. Berarti Sahria ini membuat research and development itu.
Okey, maksud Sahria adalah apabila produk itu telah dibina tetapi tidak ada orang gunakan ya Pak?
Yes.
Maksudnya ya?
Atau sudah digunakan ya Sahria ya?
Jadi sebelum saya membuatnya, saya sudah meriset ternyata ini dibutuhkan. Namun pada kenyataannya ketika produknya sudah jadi tapi tidak terpakai. Seperti itu Pak.
Bagaimana? Saya kurang jelas.
Okay, before the proposal conduct, ya, Sahria make some previous research or analysis. The product is maybe ini Bu, apa dibutuhkan gitu ya, needed from the participant. But at the end of the study, at the end of the research, the problem is not that kind of the product. So apakah itu masih bisa diteruskan?
Oh, okey. Maksudnya sudah buat produknya sebelum ini digunakan, tetapi sewaktu menjalankan research tidak digunakan.
Tidak digunakan, gitu ya Sahria ya?
Iya Pak.
Setelah riset tidak digunakan. Oleh partisipannya tidak digunakan?
Oleh partisipannya.
Oleh partisipannya tidak digunakan.
Adakah kamu mengkaji dulu partisipan. Maksud saya, adakah kamu menjalankan need analysis ke atas partisipan? Selalunya kita akan menjalankan need analisis ke atas partisipan. Kita senaraikan apakah keperluannya. Okay, we analyze their educational background and we analyze the problems that they face. And then after that, we develop a problems that fit their, their needs. Dan pada saya, kalau itu dilakukan, akan ada kemungkinan besar produk itu akan digunakan oleh partisipan. Ya. Mereka
Saya
dijalankan. Ya.
melakukan itu enggak? Menurut
Ya,
Need
sudah
analysis
melakukan
tadi.
riset. Ini hanya permisalan saja, semisal riset saya gitu
Oh.
Pak.
If example.
Ya.
Okey, jika tidak digunakan, ya kita tidak boleh membuat apa-apa. Okey, kalau misalnya mobile apps, if you develop mobile apps, usually we can, last time during my master study, I also do a research and development type of research. I develop a mobile apps for students, and usually I will upload my mobile apps to Google Play Store. So even though if my students or my participant is not download or use it, someone from the public will use that because I already upload my mobile apps to the app store, but it's not under our control. Okay, so as long as you have collect your data from the participants and participants use your apps, then that will be good enough. Okay.
Okay, Miss, thank you.
Okay.
Jadi small changes sebuah produk itu tidak digunakan kalau kita menerapkan prinsip need analysis tadi. Gitu. Konklusinya mungkin begitu ya.
Ya, betul Pak Yudi.
Jadi the first step, if you do some research and development research, dari Bu Nurul tadi sampaikan, harus menganalisis kebutuhan dulu. Jadi ketika teman-teman selesai membuat produk, itu small changes, artinya kecil kemungkinan produk itu tidak digunakan. Gitu. Okay. But I think it's good question also.
Yeah.
Oke. Ibu, ini ada Bu Nurul di Novi Eka ya. I want ask about digital literacy research. How about that? Especially digital literacy for teacher or early childhood teachers. How in Malaysia? Oh, okay.
Okay. Very interesting question.
Digital literacy.
Yeah.
So we can compare, Ibu, tentang ini human resource. I think teachers resource, especially on early childhood education. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Novi Eka. Okay. This is a true story from Malaysian perspective. Okay. In Malaysia, we have few research about early childhood education and also digital literacy research. Last time, my PhD students conduct a digital literacy and media literacy research among higher education students. But for early childhood teachers, it's still this lacking of research in this area. So my answer is that in Malaysia, there is still lack of research about digital literacy or media literacy among teachers, especially early childhood teachers. I don't know about in Indonesia, but this is a very interesting topic. I think students can tackle this one.
Oh, nice. Okay, itu bisa disambut itu ya. So we can collaboration research with Malaysia, yeah. You can compare about human resource, especially teacher or early child education in Malaysia, and compare with in Indonesia, like that. Okay, it's a nice title of the research. Okay, less than 10 minutes. Teman-teman, waktu kita akan selesai. Mungkin ada satu pertanyaan lagi, boleh? Ya. Oke. Ibu di sini ada beberapa dosen, ada Ibu Wuri Astuti, ya mungkin sudah pernah bertemu waktu kita ada Bapak Iwayan Sutama, kepala lab kita,
Oh,
Bapak
okay.
Thomas,
Terima kasih.
atau Ibu Rosi ada juga,
Ya,
Ibu
saya
Nur
selalu
Anissa,
ber-WhatsApp dengan Ibu Rosi.
ya ada Pak Pram, ada Bu Nur Anissa, dan ada beberapa teman-teman yang tidak bisa saya sapa satu-satu Bu. Ya.
Okay.
Oke,
Terima kasih.
ada Pak Usep, ya, ada Pak Usep Kustiawan juga, Pak Samawi, ya semua lengkap Ibu ya.
Ya,
Ditunggu nanti kita main-main ke UTM.
ya
Oh,
silakan ke UTM.
Ibu jalan lagi ke sini.
Ya, insyaAllah. Memang ingin ke Malang lagi ni.
Ya, asik.
Mungkin setelah habis semester, saya dan Ibu Zakia akan ke sana.
Ya, please welcome Bu.
Ya.
Oke teman-teman, adakah yang ingin dibagikan lagi? Ya, about your feelings, about your ideas and experience, about what we have heard, motivational and encourage speech from Bu Nurul tadi ya tentang skripsi. Ya, silakan teman-teman. Ini a little bit dizzy semua Bu, karena itu tadi this is the last minute, the last week before final exam. So the third years, student for the third years must submit the proposal as well.
Do they need to present the proposal?
Proposal present for the next semester, Ibu.
Next semester, okay.
Proposal for the next semester. For the semester, this objective is just submitted the title.
Oh, okay.
And also edit some previous research background for the research, just like a meta-analysis data like that. And our department pick the best advisor for the student.
So one advisor, how many students?
Just two advisors.
Okay.
Maybe Bu Nurul bisa bantu kita untuk
Ya,
menjadi
boleh.
advisor.
Ya. Boleh.
Oke, saya dapat pesan dari I give some message from our Chief of Departemen Pak Pramono tadi. Bu Nurul bisa diajak untuk menguji nanti atau kolaborasi riset.
Iya, bisa, nggak ada masalah. Ya. Kami juga akan menjalankan kajian berkenaan dengan special needs education. Jadi kita akan menjemput juga para dosen daripada Malang untuk bersama-sama dengan kita.
Yes, collaboration riset. Okay. I think this is the last question, Ibu, dari Helmia C20 ya. Oke, saya berencana she have a plan to make some research about the pengaruh antara konten edukasi, the effect of the education content TikTok through the tingkat pengetahuan, knowledge enlargement, parenting, and also meneliti tentang orang tua yang memakai konten edukasi di TikTok untuk belajar parenting di media sosial, parenting education through the social media, especially at TikTok apps. Okay. What do you think, Bu Nurul? Apakah ini suitable to pick up the skripsi? Okay.
Yeah, true. We cannot deny the emergence of technology of social media like video-based learning through TikTok. It's very much affecting our lifestyle today. So when we talk about TikTok videos and the parenting style, it is the latest lah, kita katakan latest research nowadays are focusing on TikTok. Last time we are talking about social media like Facebook, Twitter, microblogging. Now we are going to TikTok. So yeah, that is acceptable.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
How in Malaysia, Bu, is a social media is the sexy issues? It's a
Yeah.
hottest issues.
Yes,
I mean,
it's a hot
oh, okay.
issue.
Hot
Okay.
issues ya. Oke.
Yeah.
Oke, jadi boleh itu ya, Helmia, ya. Jangan ragu, segera disubmit saja judul proposalnya, ya. Karena sudah valid ya dari Bu Nurul juga di Malaysia. Ini juga hottest issues seputar social media research content gitu of the parenting education.
Ya.
Oke, teman-teman ya, saya rasa waktunya sudah mendekati akhir ya. Mungkin Bu Nurul, please give some closing statement before we close wrap up our meetings.
Okay, alright, okay. Terima kasih pertama-tamanya kepada Pak Dr. Yudin ya kerana menjemput dan dosen-dosen daripada Universiti Negeri Malang kerana menjemput saya daripada UTM. Dan terima kasih kepada semua siswa-siswi yang hadir. Bila saya baca nama tak ada yang siswanya ya Pak? Kebanyakannya siswi. Ada beberapa orang.
Just a few.
Just a few ya, biasalah di bidang pendidikannya tidak ramai siswa. Okay, terima kasih kepada semua yang mendengar dan I love how we interact. The students is very active in in a Q&A sessions. Terima kasih kepada yang bertanya. Dan saya harap kolaborasi antara UTM dan UM berterusan dan kita saling membantulah. Okay.
Of course.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, terima kasih Bu Nurul. Thank you so much. Teman-teman, please your camera on for the moment being. Kita akan ambil kamera screenshot of the Zoom meetings. Ibu, kita ini ya. Give some the best pose ya.
Oke, kita foto.
Kita foto dulu ya. Nah, kalau foto biasanya keluar semua Bu Nurul ini foto-fotonya ya.
Ya, baru nampak mukanya. Comel-comel semuanya.
Comel itu cakep ya.
Ya, cakep. Ganteng, cakep.
Banyak baru muncul mukanya.
Wah, Pak Samawi, Bu Nurul.
Ya, Pak Samawi, apa kabar? Nampak Pak Wayan ada di situ.
Pak Wayan ya.
Ya.
Oh, ada yang ini Bu, ada yang boys juga, Muhammad Imran itu cowok juga Bu itu. Mahasiswa
Okey. Apa kabar semua? Sihat ya?
Ya. Alhamdulillah. Ada Pak Gofur itu juga cowok juga itu. Oke, teman-teman, icon add 3 and countdown. 3 to give the best pose of you. 1 pose. There's a 3 slide. Mungkin slide pertama, oke. Dikasih jempol, ya, thumbs up. Slide number 2. Oke, masih ada beberapa yang masih off cam. That's okay. Oke. Kita screenshot nomor 3. Oke. Salam hangat dari kami Bu di Malang ya. Bakso Malang menunggu Bu Nurul ya, meatball.
Aduh, sedapnya.
There is a meatball special for the Nurul.
Ya, bakso beranak.
Bakso beranak.
Bromo.
Ya, saya tidak ke Bromo lagi Pak. Mungkin next time.
Oke, bisa nanti oleh mahasiswa kami Bu nanti di assisting. Oke, terima kasih teman-teman. Ya.
Oke, terima kasih semua.
Kita cukupkan podcast kita pada sore hari ini. Kita bacaan hamdalah, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Semoga kita diberikan kesehatan dan jangan lupa C20 masih ada, B20 dan A20 masih ada tugas ya. Karena ini kelas Anda, Metpen, kumpulkan proposal dengan judul terbaik Anda yang mana nanti akan dibantu Bu Nurul dan beberapa tim dari Departemen Paud ya, akan dinilai dan dipilih bimbingnya nanti ya. Siapa? Semoga sukses dan lancar studinya semua teman-teman. Terima kasih. Saya akhiri. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much Bu Nurul.
Thank you. Sampai jumpa lagi.
Thank
you.
you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You, Miss.
Thank you, beneran. I close